How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Creator course. This course is going to be all about neuroplasticity and how we can train our brain like our muscles, and how science is really showing this. Um, and a lot of other resources and experts are showing how this can be extremely valuable, one of the most valuable things a human can know. Anyone with a brain really should be understanding this information. And I just want to kind of go over what I've learned and ways that we can really, tools that I've learned from paying a lot of money from experts that sell courses on this stuff and, current medical researchers. And I wrote a book about everything I've learned called The Creator Formula, and it goes over, see the table of contents there, it goes over kind of everything that, is in this book. And then this course is going to go over some just the main points and explain why this is so important and really why we should really all understand this. That's my goal. And then, I show some tools we can all use that, all the most expensive, neuroplasticity courses or manifestation courses are offering. Because this is something that everyone should understand if they're a human. How to work with our subconscious mind, with our conscious mind, and really just understand what's going on. So if you don't understand anything about neuroplasticity, I'm going to kind of go over the basics, right now, actually, in lesson one. So this is just going to be some background info, as I just said. So I'm just going to read off a little quotes, and we're going to just, I'm not going to really be summarizing from my perspective. This is going to be just from cited sources. The lesson one is all going to be, I'm going to have some definitions here and then go over some articles that are really important to understanding the current research in neuroplasticity. This is stuff that your doctor doesn't know about. This is like the top medical research and one of the most advanced fields in all of medicine and all of the medical system, which is neuroscience and how our brains work. So, neuroscience, what is it? Oxford Languages says it's any or all of the sciences such as neurochemistry and experimental psychology which deal with the structure or function of the nervous system and brain. Neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to form and reorganize synaptic connections, especially in response to learning or experience or following injury. So, the nervous system, the network of nerve cells and fibers which transmits nerve impulses between parts of the body. Neurogenesis, the growth and development of neuron tissue. So those were some of the more, kind of complicated brain terminology, but really, it's the bottom line is showing that we can change our brain, and I'm just going over different definitions right now. We're just don't want to go too fast. All right. So then a lot of this course is going to go over the subconscious. So Oxford defines the subconscious as of or concerning the part of the mind of which one is not fully aware, but which influences one's actions and feelings. Interesting. And the conscious, aware and responding to one's surroundings. Manifestation, an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or abstract idea. Second is the action of or fact of showing an abstract idea. A symptom or sign of an alignment. An alignment. Interesting. That's Oxford language. All right. So now we're going to go into some of the studies. So this is a study from the National Library of Medicine, which is a U.S. government-run website. Studies on the prefrontal cortex show that neurons in the brain region are primarily plastic in that they change their dendritic morphology with the diurnal rhythm, such as, plastic referring to the ability to change. They use that terminology for our brain. Our brain has the ability to change. Coinciding with this view are reports demonstrating that adult neurogenesis is enhanced by physical activity such as running, by learning, or by environmental enrichment. So that's a very vague way of saying we can change it relatively simply. There's a few easy activities: jogging, learning, environmental enrichment. we can improve this neurogenesis, which is the production of new nerve cells, as I just read off. Growth, nerve tissue. And then this is another article by a very well minded.com, and it talks about some of the benefits of neuroplasticity. We already are using neuroplasticity every time we're learning. Um, doing anything cognitive, following directions. Um, uh, so what I have here is the ability to learn new things, the ability to enhance existing cognitive abilities, recovery, the from strokes and traumatic brain injuries, strengthening areas where function is lost or has declined, improvements that can boost brain fitness. So most of we see, there's not a lot of neuroplasticity for everyday people, right? It's mostly, from what I've learned too, as well as this article is showing, that it's mostly used in extreme situations, with traumatic injuries. So while people used to believe that the brain became fixed around after a certain age, new research has revealed that the brain never stops changing in response to learning. Interesting, because that's a lot of people's perspective on the brain. Oh, after 25, that's it. You're who you are, and that's it. So we're learning that is not correct. That is not true. Um, Learning environments that offer plenty of opportunities for focused attention, novelty, and challenge have been shown to stimulate positive changes in the brain. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So this potentially correlates with the subconscious and having a healthy subconscious programs. So now we're going to get into brain waves, which is a very interesting part of it, because this is how a lot of the expert neuroplasticity manifestation guys and girls that I've paid a lot of money for and learned about have been really focusing on. So this is just something to, this is an article, sciencedirect.com, and this is their direct quotes. Brain waves are oscillating electrical voltages in the brain, measuring just a few millionths of a volt. There are 5 widely recognized brain waves and the main frequencies of human EEG waves. So here they are. There are 5. Gamma is focused on concentration. It's around 35 hertz and up. And this is just from this article. Beta is from 12 to 35, and it's predominantly anxiety dominant, and active external attention. Alpha, 8 to 12, very relaxed, passive attention. Theta, 4 to 8, deeply relaxed, inward focused. Delta, 0.5 to 4, full sleep. So numerous EEG studies suggest that there are particular brain waves, patterns, and brain structures associated with creative problem solving, or at least specific phases within the problem solving process. So that's pretty interesting. We showed different frequencies for different activities, is what that's saying. Interesting. As one turns inward and attains deeper states, sensory motor awareness tends to decrease, and consciousness centers on questions concerning the meaning of life. Patients exposed to these states usually describe the latter experience or serene and peaceful, providing them with new ability and possibilities. So that is very interesting, right? So we can choose to focus on certain things, and we will change our frequencies, and that will affect us in different ways. Very interesting. And it's an article from WebMD. So what do you know? What to know about gamma brainwaves? This is the quote. If you're one of the quotes, if your brain produces high levels of gamma waves, you tend to be happier and more receptive. You may also have a higher intelligence quotient, or IQ, and better concentration. Fascinating. Another quote: gamma brain waves have the highest frequency among all brain waves. They are associated with high levels of thought and focus. They can have different effects depending on their levels in the brain. Very interesting. How do we get to gamma? I don't know. I was never told. So if your brain has produced high levels of gamma waves, you tend to be happier and more receptive. I think I just read that. your brain produces low levels of gamma waves, you may develop learning and memory problems. You may experience lower concentration, attention span, and mental ability. Lower levels of gamma waves can even lead to learning disabilities and mental disorders. Studies have also revealed that increased gamma brain wave activity can help you achieve the highest concentration level. Gamma waves can also promote higher states of awareness and increased brain function during meditation. Interesting. So that was from webmd.com, which is a very credible source. So I'm going to make a new video for the next article, which is another one. Yeah, this is another government website. So yeah, I'm going to go over that one, which is a really cool one too, in a second.